Ben Grimes, welcome to Stateline. You've been appointed as the CEO of one of Australia's biggest providers of legal services for Aboriginal people. How critical is NAAJA to the delivery of justice in the Northern Territory?
NAAJA is absolutely foundational to the delivery of justice in the NT. Our legal system pushes us into acting in adversarial ways, but fundamentally every part of the system relies on each other. So police need NAAJA, courts need NAAJA, corrections need NAAJA, DPP needs NAAJA. We all have to work together. So a strong NAAJA equals a strong NT.
Last year, the Federal Court found in favour of former CEO Priscilla Atkins in her wrongful dismissal suit against NAAJA. She raised concerns about corruption on the board. There have been calls for board members to resign. A former chairperson, Hugh Woodbury, resigned, and it was revealed that he had pleaded guilty to domestic violence charges. What confidence can staff members, but also the people that NAAJA services have, that the organisation is turning a corner, if you like?
Yeah, and certainly I had all of those questions myself in deciding whether or not to accept this role, and I've been really pleasantly surprised at just how much good work has gone on at NAAJA. We've got a new board, we've got a new constitution, so all of those issues that were identified in the past have actually largely been addressed, and so now we're on the rebound and the rebuilding phase, which is really exciting to be part of.
We know that offenders are spending longer on remand, there are more people in custody. How are you going to lead NAAJA as an organisation through this very complex justice space that exists in the Territory?
Yeah, the remand numbers are a real concern. About 50% of people who are sitting in prison at the moment haven't been found guilty. It's pretty extraordinary if we think of any other system. Imagine having 50% of patients on an operating list and we don't even know if they're meant to be on the operating list. It's a real sign of just how out of kilter our legal system is at the moment. We'll be looking at a range of strategies in relation to the remand times, but some of it is just simple advocacy back to the government, pointing out that what they're doing now is not working. It's costing us a ridiculous amount of money, and it's actually just setting us up for failure in the future, and there are much, much better ways of doing it.
What kind of strategies are you talking about there?
Community court, particularly the youth level, restorative conferencing. We know that if we can get to young people early, get them to understand just how much they've actually hurt people in their offending, get that sense of remorse as a foundation then for rehabilitation, those young people are much, much less likely to keep coming back again and again and again. And so if we can nip it in the bud when people are 11, 12, 13, 14, that's going to save us so much down the track.
On young people, how much of an emphasis does NAAJA want to place on young offenders?
A very strong emphasis because of our strong belief in restorative practices and prevention, and young offenders are where we can have the biggest impact of breaking that cycle and preventing a potential lifelong cycle of offending. One of the ways that I think we need to view the legal system or the criminal justice system is it is an ecosystem that has to be in balance, and that's something that this current government has thrown out of balance. If there's a massive increase in funding to police, there also has to be a proportionate increase in funding to the courts. There also has to be a proportionate increase in funding to DPP, to mental health services, to therapeutic rehabilitative services, to legal aid organisations. It's sort of like saying that you're going to increase school population by 1,000 children, but not hiring any more teachers, building any more rooms, or providing any more resources. And so that, I think, is what we're seeing, this system at a crisis point because it's been thrown out of balance.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.